Well, here we are again, folks. This is Brother Peter with tidbits from the Word. I'm here to tell you this morning that discouragement is the burial ground of hope. Discouragement is the burial ground of hope. You can kill the hope that you would have and can live in your life if you live in discouragement continually. You have a choice. You can live in discouragement continually, or you can say, why have I got this discouragement? What has brought this discouragement in my life? Is it that I am so impatient I cannot wait for the answer, so therefore I'm discouraged all the time, and I'm so discouraged when the answer comes, the answer goes right by me and I don't see it, or the answer is right there before us. I'm very early this morning. I'm mulling over in my bed. I'm laying in my bed a little longer than I should have been awake, and I'm contemplating what took place yesterday and the situation, and looking at the provision the Lord has provided, and looking at being careful with that provision to make it do what God intends it to do, to put it where God intends it to be put, and not where I would put it. I would waste it. If you serve the flesh, you waste the good that God gives you. God can give you something so good, and you can take and just throw it out the window if you're not careful. I've been trying my best to be very careful in this last year, to start to turn around any wasteful things that God put entrusted with me, in my hands, that are tangible things. I've never been one to put much stock in the tangible things of life that were financial. I've been like a hoarder. A hoarder hoards junk, stuff that you can see, and it's tangible, but it's not profitable. And it's hoarding the wrong thing. It's hoarding a bunch of junk. It's the wrong thing, wrong junk. Listen, I've done it. Filled up a building, and it sat there for 10 years, and you never open the door and see one thing that's in there. And when the door gets open, it gets opened by somebody else, and they back a dumpster up there, and they put every single thing in that building in that dumpster, and they don't look at it twice. Jump, boom, 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 boom. It goes in the dumpster. What's happened? I had gathered up all the wrong things and took that which God gave me that was tangible, that I could have used in His ministry, and put it into something that was not profitable. Now, if you plant a seed, make sure it's a good seed. And if it's a good seed, it will yield fruit. It will yield something. Have I got things in the basement of this house that I could sell tomorrow morning, turn into cash, put in a place that needs to be, somewhere where there's some monetary need, and have it work? Yes. Do I need to do that? Yes, I do. Are you probably in the same boat? Yes, you probably are. And you could use some stuff you got hanging on the wall in the basement. You could take it down and sell it tomorrow morning, take the money down to the church house and give it to a missionary. Or you could take it and sell it and find somebody in the world who has a real, direct, earnest, honest need. My suggestion to you is if you do find that person, you need to find them sitting in the pew in a church house. A young couple just comes in. They start worshiping and fellowshipping where you are. And they're in trouble. They're in trouble with the world because they've been living in the world. They've been living for the world. They've been living in the night. They've been living in darkness. And now God has revealed a great light. And you are a light set on a hill. You might be a little light, but what you have laying around your house that you might could turn into some finances if you don't have some to just give away. You could turn with a purpose into a finance. You could have a yard sale and say everything, every single thing, Lord, and promise the Lord this. Every single thing I make in this yard sale is going to go to help somebody else in the kingdom of God. And take it and help them with it. You can do this little action right here. You can take a dollar bill. You can have a yard sale and say, Lord, every dollar that I get in this yard sale, I'm going to put in one of these little pieces of paper that's a tract that tells somebody how to be saved. I'm going to lay it in there. I'm going to fold it up. And I'm going to give it to whoever you tell me to. And I'm going to put this in my pocket. And when you speak to me today and say, that's how to do it, or that's the one, I'm going to hand it to them. And this little practice I've tried and over the years, and that's go through McDonald's. Get your Egg McMuffin, or get what you're going to get through the drive-in window, and get a water instead of a drink. Take that dollar that you would have got that drink with, put it in one of these, and hand it to the young girl or young man or whoever's in the window, and say, put this in your pocket and read it later. And you might even say, if you want to, by the way, there's a little something in there to get your drink with later on. And hand it to them. And you have sowed a seed with meaning. To give them a tract is to give them something for their spirit, but not something for their body. The Bible said if you do something for a man's soul and not for his body, you've not done anything. If you do something for his body and not for his soul, you've not done anything. If you're a good deeder and say, well, I go around doing good deeds all the time, surely I'm in God's line of people who are going to go to heaven because I do good deeds all the time. Ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. The only good deed that you can do, or I can do, that is recognizable by God is what we do spiritually. And that is to say, for your soul spirit, I'm doing this deed. And for the Lord, not that I would be seen, because it don't make a hill of beans. If I'm seen, what makes the hill of beans is, did it make a difference in that person's soul? Did they feel it in their soul? Did they, when they opened this up, not just say,